a little bit early, I guess. I figured I'd just go ahead and go live and wait for some people to get in here. Got me some coffee. I won't be going live tonight. That's why I'm going live right now. I'm literally just getting everything set up, plugging the phone in and everything. It's taking a little bit to get it warmed up in here. I got the diesel heater going. It did the error code again this morning for some strange reason, but I did clean the tank out, got everything out of it, and switched over to straight diesel on it now. Hey, Sandy Wilkerson, good morning. But this morning I seen Coffee with the Crockers live, and I think they're going live this afternoon. So I'm not going to be going live this afternoon. I honestly didn't even feel like going live this afternoon. This morning is actually going to be a better time for me. Hey Adam, what's up? Like a Bully Homestead. We got Dana LaFell in here also. Good morning, guys. So yeah, got Richard Hughes in here. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. If I miss you, make sure you tag my name. You just put the @ symbol and no spaces, between the @ and then Hood's Custom Shop. You have to type Hood's Custom Shop exactly as my name is, and it'll show up red on my screen, so I'll see it. Or you can, if you type in all caps, it might time you out. I don't know. Myers Kids is typing in all caps, so you might get timed out. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to fix it yet. I don't know if TJ has fixed that. He is a manager on my channel now, so he has the ability to do a lot of stuff like that on here. So Myers Kid said, "What's up, David? Hope your cat is doing better for you." No, my cat is picky. It's not really my cat. It's our cat, my wife's cat. I don't have any animals like that. I got chickens. But I guess, together we have 2 dogs and 2 cats. And they do have, they got food. As I was talking about earlier in Coffee with the Crockers live, I was like, this cat's, Boondat, are I don't even know what kind of cat she really is. She's black and gold, and she's just really finicky. She has the crunchy cat food that she eats, and then she likes getting a can of the soft cat food that has all that gravy and stuff in it. She don't even eat the meat in it. She just likes the gravy, and she leaves the rest of it for the dogs or the other cat. But her name is Max. We've had her since the Joplin tornado. She's getting pretty old, and she just, if she don't get her can of cat food, she looks at you like someone who hasn't had their coffee yet in the morning. Like she's gonna tear your face off. She starts meowing at you and everything. Mom saying, "Morning, Adam. Good to see you in here this morning, Adam." So there's an event planned that I can't talk about that I wanted to take my sawmill to, but unfortunately that's not going to happen unless I can get funding to do so. But I can't really talk about the event. So anyways, I'd love to be able to take my sawmill, but I'm gonna have to get some funding for that. That's all I'm going to say about it for right now. We'll talk about it a little more at a later date, to see if we can figure out how to make this happen. So anyways, been a little bit of an interesting couple of days to try to figure some things out. Dutch Creek Cabin said, "I'm already subscribed. I can't subscribe anymore." Yeah, if you hit it again, it's going to unsubscribe you. Myers Kid said, "My cat the same way. His name's Smokey." We got a cat named Smokey too. It's gray and with white socks on it. And it's a cool cat. It's very laid back. It's not real demanding or anything. But I like cats, right? But I'm allergic to them. So You know, I try to keep my distance from them and everything, because if I start petting them and I touch my face or something, my eyes start like itching and everything. It's pretty crazy, and I start sneezing. There's Foreskins. Morning, Julie Ivers. Good morning. Hi, David. Just noticed you'd gone live. Thank you for popping in here. Yeah, I just wanted to go live this morning because I'm waiting for it to warm up outside, so I can get on the mill. I'm waiting for it to hit like 40 degrees. It's pretty cold. It started off like 14 degrees this morning, and I come out here, turn the heater on to see if it's going to give me any issues. The first time around, it ran for a minute or two, and then it shut off, gave me that error number 9. For whatever reason, I have switched it over. I've cleaned the tank out. I think the problem is it was clogging up the fuel filter on it with the, I got those styrofoam little pieces in there somehow. I guess they were in the funnel the last time I filled up the diesel tank on it, and you know, they get coated with that used motor oil and you can't see them or anything, and I don't have any paint strainers to be able to strain that stuff through to make sure there's nothing like that in there. So I ended up getting a new diesel tank from Harbor Freight. I went and filled it up with straight diesel, and I'm just going to be using that for now. And it's working good right now. It stayed on. There's Desiree Sampier. Good morning. Steve Aldridge. Good morning. We got Ivy's Family Factotum in here. What's up? Hola, my lunchtime, so I will listen in while I eat on my phone. So harder to chat. Adam's like, I'm waiting for warmth to do more work as well. Julie Ivers, LOL at 16:05 here. Is that military time? You're gonna mess with me with military time right now? It's too early in the morning to have me think like that. See, that'd be what, 4:05 in the afternoon, right? Dutch Creek said O'Reilly's will give you free pint strainers. Oh, really? That's good information. Thank you. And Drew's telling me I could get free pint strainers. I'm guessing that means paint strainers. Typo, and I didn't catch it. Willis Dockery, good morning. Tina Boxell, good morning. Treasure Hunter, I just now parked my truck, taking home time, need to remove my dirty laundry. That's always fun, isn't it? Like just packing all your dirty laundry into the sack, throw it over your shoulder, and packing your vehicle up to go home. I remember those days. Motocross chick, so Tracy here, good day. Dave, and good day to all. Ivy said, sold your table yet? No. As a matter of fact, it's right there. It's sitting here in the bus because I have no room in the house. If I put it in the living room or anywhere upstairs, the cats will probably claw it and tear it up. And I don't really want to put it in the shipping container because I've been moving stuff around in there, and it's kind of a mess right now because I've been digging through the pile of wood in there, and I need to get the plywood out of there to start on the toilet build, the composting toilet build, and building the walls for the bathroom and everything. I think that's some of the first walls I need to do, and then I need to do a wall right here by the diesel heater between the bed and the shower or the bathtub. So I gotta get that done. But as y'all know, I've got other projects that are, you know, I've placed those in priority, like getting the stuff milled to build this cabin for Crazy Ed's homestead. I took a load of lumber up there the other day. I found a what do you call it? The solar charge controller. It's a 500 watt solar charge controller. I used a little bit of his vehicle funds money to go and buy that for him. I was actually at Harbor Freight getting the diesel tank, and he's been needing this charge controller so he can get his solar hooked back up and not have to be running the generator so much. So I said, well, this is more important. This is more of an immediate need than a vehicle. He does have a vehicle. He needs to be, you know, trying to maybe get that thing fixed up, because the vehicles, I've got some video on the vehicles at my wife's work. I went and looked at them. The Trailblazer that I was interested in, they've already bid, someone has bid $1,700 on it. And then there is a half-ton 4x4 square body pickup that everything on it has been Mickey Moused. It leaks as much oil as it drinks in gasoline. And I was like, that would be a good farm truck because of what it is. It would not be good for Ed. That would end up being a headache for him, something he'd have to work on all the time. So neither one of those vehicles would be good for him. The Trailblazer's not even four-wheel drive. My wife thought it was, but I mean, it looks four-wheel drive because the tires and the type of vehicle and everything, but it's just not four-wheel drive. I physically had to get underneath of it and look and see if there was a CV shaft or something going to the front wheels to tell if it was four-wheel drive or not. We got Camp Silky in here. Good morning. Julie Ivers. Gene Ackland. Good morning. Good, beautiful, cold morning to you, David. Working. Yeah, I wanted to get out there early this morning and start milling, but it is too cold right now. I don't want to be getting sick or nothing. How was storm your way? It honestly wasn't that bad. It did rain quite a bit here. It was pretty wet yesterday. Some things froze up last night, but the roads were fairly dry, so it wasn't bad. When I was coming back that night from Crazy Ed's homestead, it rained on me pretty much all the way from his place up to, I would say, south of Springfield. And from south of Springfield, it was just basically road spray on the windshield and stuff, and a few crazy drivers. And it was, partly clear skies. I mean, I could look up at the sky and you could just see a few puffy clouds. That was about it. And it was pretty clear all the way home from Springfield, so wasn't that bad. Not in my area anyway. We did get quite a bit of rain, and it got colder. Dutch Creek said, it's Lindsay's birthday, so I got to be on my best behavior. You better be. Tell her I said happy birthday. Got MT Homestead in here. Good morning. We are on the road, so just listening. Well, thank you for coming in here and listening in. Ivy, I shared your post around Springfield, so hopefully soon you will hear something. Huh. Cool. I'm not oh, my mom. Okay. Your mom shared my post around Springfield. Who's your mom? There's Tracy Jordan. Tracy, I think you are supposed to be meeting with Jan, right? For the stuff that you were talking about, meeting with me to take some stuff out there. But I talked to Jan on the phone the other day, and I think you're meeting with her, right? I just want to clarify that. And you can, dadgummit, where'd it go? Not Tracy. Where'd it go? I don't know why I said Tracy. Not Tracy Jordan. Who was it I was supposed to meet with? Dadgummit. See, I think you used to live over by Springfield. Oh, it's Patty Price. Patty Price, I think, is supposed to meet with Jan. Uh, Hot Rod PC 66. Oh shit, my birthday is tomorrow. Damn, month is almost gone. Hey, it sneaks up on you, don't it? Nunya, Texas. Sup, Hoods? What's up, Jake from State Farm? Like a boy's like, morning, Jake. MT said, morning, Adam. Don Lee said, hello. I'm pretty sure she probably don't want me singing happy birthday to her. Should I sing happy birthday to her? I feel weird doing it. I sang happy birthday to Charlene the other day on my live. And I was like, that was odd. Don Lee said, hey Drew, happy birthday to Lindsay. Mike is driving, and sorry if I miss saying hi to anyone. Have to keep looking away from chat so I don't get car sick. There's Tracy Jordan said, just stopped in to say hello. Have to run, picking up extra hours at work. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, my kids are home today. Dutch Creek said, y'all want to see Dave's real talent, y'all should see him back a trailer. It happens. With 21 years of truck driving and backing in, I don't know, I guess I've just kind of always been a natural. I learned how to back a trailer back when I was a kid. My step grandpa, he had I think it was a 76 Chevy square body. It had a 251 straight six, 3-speed on the column. It was the heavy half, I believe. And we had a bell spike trailer, really, really short, like from the tongue to the wheel on that trailer. And I had to back it in snow and mud and everything into, I want to say it was like a 10-foot wide gate. I had to back that thing through there, and I had to stick a bell and then get out and crank that thing up. It had just a cable winch crank on it to lift the bell up. And so that's how I learned how to back a trailer, was when I was a kid, you know, backing up that bell spike trailer to feed the cows. And I guess that's kind of where I started learning how to back a trailer. The semi-trailer is like a 53-foot trailer is super easy to back up because it's so long and it doesn't react like super quick. It's those short trailers that are a pain. Let's see here. Tell Mike hello for us, Terry. Drive safe. 21 going to hit 44 on Saturday. Oh yeah. Speaking of numbers, like I'm 2 subscribers away from 3,000. 2,000. I don't know what the heck that was. Something in my mouth. 2,998. I got 4 inches of blowing snow, and it's 14 degrees. It was 14 this morning here, but it seems like it's warming up pretty quick. Dolores said, happy birthday to Lindsay. Our rain turned to freezing rain. Kids home today and guests no this evening. Yeah, my kids, they called off school yesterday, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, it's probably a teacher's work in progress day, or I don't know. They got a weird name for it, but the teachers just take a day off every now and then for training or something, I don't know. And so the kids aren't in school today either. Mom is Linda Moody. She is the owner of Mama Mary's Navajo Tacos restaurant. Unfortunately, had to close for now. Dadgum. That sucks. Our local little diner here is actually doing pretty good. In this area right here, you almost don't see anybody wearing the mask. You might, I mean, you see like Walmart employees and stuff wearing it because that's kind of a corporate deal. But in this area, like most of the public, like no one's wearing it unless they're, you know, got a cough or something like that. And I totally agree with that. I mean, it makes sense if you got a cough, you know, whatever it is, it don't matter what it is. And if you're trying to, you know, try to make sure other people don't catch whatever it is you got, you know, that might help. But I don't think everybody should have to be wearing them, and I dang sure don't think it should be a mandate or anything. And what's really bad is it's the stuff that's been happening has closed down a lot of businesses. It's hurt my business really bad, and I'm just hoping that it can turn around. I don't know if it can turn around quick enough to change things around here, but it sure would be nice. There's Simply Jan. Said, hi, Dave. There's Crazy Ed right there. Can't stay long on my 5-minute break, but I'm trying to show some support. Thank you, Ed. Hopefully I'll be out there here in a little while. About 1 o'clock, I think it's supposed to hit close to 40 degrees. And so I'll be out there hopping on that mill, seeing if I can get some more stuff cut. I've got to do some figures and figure out a stick count, like exactly how many 6-inch wide boards I need to go all the way around a 16 by 16 building. So I think I might, at 60 boards right now, I think is what we got. That might be halfway. I'm not sure. Dutch Creek said, David, do it. She's in the shower. I'll record it for a video. You ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lindsay. Happy birthday to you. I suck at singing, but there you go. Hope you got that. That's always fun to do. Adam posted my merch store. Thank you, Adam. You're 1 away from 3,000. Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah, I was watching. I'm not gonna blast him right now. He needs to calm down. But I was watching the channel this morning, and I'll tell you what. Hecklers will be hecklers, and some people just don't understand things in the world. And you know, when you start seeing people make content on BS and just kind of trash talking on their channel, it's just crazy. And that's what I seen this morning, and it's a major turn off. And you know, if you're watching right now, I hope you see this, and I hope that you will change your ways and become a better person, and understand that what I'm doing to help out people in this community is a good thing, and it does actually go along the lines of what you talk about on your channel. And you know, I see your point of what you're getting at and everything, but at the same time I think you're wrong. So please stop saying snotty stuff on your channel, because it's going to cause me to not want to watch your videos anymore. So I'm just going to put that out there for you. You know who you are. There's Struggle and Strive. What's up? Yep. On a 53 foot, just slide the axles all the way back, and it gets real easy. Yeah. That you slide it all the way back, it makes it a lot easier, not having to worry so much about that tail swing. Man, 1 away from 3,000. That's awesome, guys. Get me a drink of coffee here. Yeah, I got my sugar in there, and I got my fiber in there this morning. Doc's telling me I gotta put more fiber in my diet. So we got fiber coffee this morning. I'm hoping it don't mess with my ulcer. Let's see here. No matter what, I cannot back a trailer. I worked in maintenance for 26 years. My co-workers would try help me learn, but yeah, some people they just don't have the talent for it, I guess, or it's kind of hard for them to understand how it works or whatever. I mean, I had my good days and I had my bad days. Every truck driver out there has their good days and bad days. I mean, CFI has a course on the back of their lot, and when you get hired on there anymore, you actually have to go and do that course. It's the same course that they do in, I want to say it's the trucker rodeo deal. It's like it's a slow maneuvering skills course that they do, and I ace it every time backing in. I can, back a trailer and do a complete 180 to where, I back all the way around. Like, here's your nose of the truck here, and here's the parking space in front of you, and I can back all the way around without any pull-ups and back that trailer right in the spot, to where my trailer is actually where the nose used to be. They got cones up and everything. That is a little bit difficult, but with their trucks, there's actually a science to it. Turning the steering wheel so many turns and then letting go of it and letting it turn itself. It's kind of neat how it works. But like a boy said, "Hey Jan, how are you, my friend?" Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Let me kind of skip down through here. Elizabeth Rojas, snowing here in Ohio. Ugh, I'm so over the snow. I get it. I'm ready for this cold weather to be gone. It has just been lingering around. In the last, I don't know, say 10 years or so, our winters here honestly haven't been too terrible. They've been fairly mild. Last year was pretty cold. This year we're getting some cold snaps, and it just, to me, it seems like it's dragging on. It could just be me. I don't know. Simply Jan said, Ivy's Family Factotum. Hi. Oh no, your mom had to close her restaurant. Will she be able to reopen? Yeah, I sure hope she will. It sucks whenever you see a small business end up shutting down because of all the stuff going on. Dutch Creek said, I got it. Yeah. That's awesome. I tried to do my best. I'm not a singer. I did not take like chorus or anything like that in high school. I was a band geek in high school. I played baritone in the concert band and marching band in Miami High School there in Oklahoma. Don't be looking up my yearbook pictures. See me in my band uniform. I did do state. We got, I think it was second place at state for concert, and I want to say it was first place in marching band. I can't remember for sure, but it's been a lot of years ago. Thank you, Adam. Adam posted the PayPal there. So one thing I would like to do next, I don't have any dates or anything set right now. It could be a ways down the road, but I would love to be able to take my Sawmill out there to Possum Run Homestead and do some milling for her, and I would like to get some help out there with me at that same time. I need to get the bus to where it's livable, to where I can have a place to stay so I'm not sleeping across the seat in my pickup truck. I don't want to have to be driving into town every night to get a motel room, and yeah, I don't really want to do that. So if I can get this bus finished out to where it's livable, I've been doing some serious thinking in my head. When I get my tax return money, I believe I'm going to use that to put solar on my bus, so I will have power. And Adam is giving me a wood burning stove to put in the bus, so that's one thing I need to do. I need to get the bathtub bolted down. Need to get the bus legal. It's got to go through inspection and all that kind of stuff. So, just getting the bus legal, I'm hoping I can do that with my tax return too. it's going to be tight. I'm probably going to get solar and not be able to get a mini split put on here, but I'll survive without air conditioning. If I got solar on here and I can hook up some fans, I'm pretty sure I can make it through some 100-degree days. I know Adam did. He had it really, really rough out there. But, I'm just kind of thinking through all this. And it's like, do I really need an air conditioner? Do I really need this? I've got to do the bare basics. And I was talking to Mama V the other night, Possum Run Homestead, and she was telling me that like her first 2 years in that bus of hers, she really had nothing. She didn't have any solar on there or nothing like that. It was basically just a bus, and she was out there roughing it on the road in that thing. And I was like, well, you know what? If she can do it, I can try to do it. I don't know if I can do it, but I can dang sure try. I need to get a water tank in here. That's good. That is kind of high on the priority list, but the solar is very, very, very high on that list. I'm going to have to get 800 or 1200 watt of solar. I'm not real sure what I'm going to be able to do there. Let's see. As far as the batteries, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go with AGM, because there's no way I can afford the lithium batteries. I wish I could, but I can't see it right now. I've got to try to stretch that money as far as I can in this build to get things where they need to be, so I can live out of this bus. It might be a little rough for a little bit, but let's see here. Let's catch up on the chat. Myers Kids, that was awesome. My birthday was February 4th. Well, happy belated birthday. Let's see here. Tina Boxell saying hi to Jan. Is Mary in here? Nunya says hi, Mary. Who did I miss? Oh, that's Mary Jemison. Where's Miss Mary at? I don't see her in my lives anymore. I'm going to have to look her up and say, what are you doing? You're never in my lives anymore. Hi, Miss Mary, if you're watching me on the replay. Elizabeth Rojas said, yep, 2.99K. It was 2.998 before I jumped in here. You guys can't really see those little numbers, but I'm hoping it will hit 3,000 today. That would be super awesome. If I hit 3,000 subscribers on Lindsay's birthday, how awesome would that be? That would be something a way I could remember. It's like on Lindsay's birthday, I hit 3,000 subscribers in 2022. That'd be super awesome. Let's see here. There's Chris Myers in here. Good morning. Lindsay Scott. Someone silenced Dutch Creek Cabin. What? What the heck? That's not cool. I didn't see anybody like time him out or anything in here. It's probably YouTube. Let's see. Ivy said, thanks, Jan. She did enjoy it. And all friends who supported, she just couldn't keep employees. I understand that. I actually looked around and tried to get an employee that I could, somebody I could hire part-time out here. I really couldn't afford to put anyone on full-time, but, I wanted to pay someone like 10 or 11 bucks an hour to come out and help with the sawmilling and stuff at one point. But people were just, and I know in this area there was a lot of people that lost their jobs. A mill shut down, and they were paying like $10.50 or 11 bucks an hour for people to work there, and they got that stimulus money. They were getting their unemployment, and they were literally getting like $1,000 a week on unemployment for not working. And so basically what that did was gave them an incentive to not work. So that has really messed things up. I had a guy on Facebook not too long ago, a guy from Africa. I think he's a friend of a friend, and he was basically asking me if I could hire him because he's looking for work. I'm like, dang it, man. I wish I could, but honestly, right now I can't afford to, hire anybody on. I mean, like, I got my table right here. All right, I can't sell that. I would like to get $800 for it. I don't have to get $800 for it. I just want somebody to email me with, what they would pay for it. And if we can work out the shipping and everything, I don't know how much it's going to cost for shipping. If I could figure out all that, go get a quote for shipping to whoever it is that wants it. And if it would make me a decent amount of money to where, I can, put a little bit of money into the bus, then I might sell it for a lesser amount. But I haven't got anybody email me right now on it to make any offers. So if you want that table, make me an offer. Let's see. Simply Jan, Hoods Custom Shop. Kevin is great at backing up, not me. Let's see. Treasure Hunter, I had to pick up with a self-contained camper and a boat in the 70s and learn to back the boat down the ramp. Awesome. That's a whole nother deal, like, backing down a boat ramp. Like, some of these boat ramps are kind of crazy. I think the one I went down to at Table Rock Lake years and years ago, me and my older brother, we went in together and bought this old boat, fixed it up and everything, redone the upholstery and everything in it, took it out on the lake, and it turned out that the little impeller in the motor was not, well, it wasn't the impeller itself. It was actually mud daubers had, put nest in the squirt hole where the water, coolant water comes through from the lake, and so it wasn't shooting water out, and we pretty much burnt the motor up out there on the lake. And I had a little 2.5 horse Mercury motor that I used to have on my little 2-man Scamp, and we luckily had that on the boat with us. And so we're out there with a little 2.5 horse motor pushing us across the lake, super slow. We had the wind fighting against us. So we went, I want to say, 1,000 yards across the lake. We'd done a little bit of snorkeling and stuff, got back in the boat and started heading back across the lake when the motor shut off on us. It overheated and shut off. And so we're just out there in the middle of the lake trying to get back over to the boat dock area to get the boat back on the trailer. And we're dead in the water, and the transom or whatever of the boat is like this, and that little 2.5 horse Mercury motor was sitting like this. It's not even all the way down in the water. So we were going super slow. We had the wind we were fighting. It was kind of crazy. We didn't have a paddle on the boat with us, so yeah, we ended up trailing the boat back home, and I ended up selling it to somebody. That was quite the ordeal. And boats are a money pit, I tell you what. We had a ton of money in that thing with all the reupholstery and painting and cleaning it up and everything. And then basically we sold it for probably half of what we had in it. There's Redbird Farm in here, or Sandy Wilkerson saying hi to Redbird Farm. Hope I didn't miss you. There you are. She said hello to Myers kids. Let's see. Simply Jan said, at Lindsay Scott, happy birthday. Gene Ackland, my hubby can do it like nothing. He has camper repair business, huge motorhomes, big buses, like nothing. Heck yeah. Like, some people got it, some people don't. I guess, honestly, for me, it's like a bird's eye view in my head. I just imagine if I was up above that trailer, I can picture it, backing right in there. That's the best way I know how to explain it. I gotta turn this heater down. It's warming up in here pretty good. And I got the propane heat on. I forgot about that. Let me, I'll be right back. I gotta go over here and shut off that propane heat. Ooh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have a wood burning stove in here. Yeah, I can't wait to get Ed's place getting dried in, get a little cabin built, and get back on this bus build here. Simply Jan said we need another generator at Ed's house when we all go. I talked with his neighbor. I don't know that this is going to happen or not. And I did talk with Jan about this, and she gave me some pointers, some very good pointers. And I may be trading some things with this guy that he wants for his generator. I think he said a Predator 3500. I believe that's the same generator like what Jason at the Crockers had on his off-grid property. And I need a generator that size. I'm hoping it can run my little stick welder. I do have a little 2,000 watt generator, but that thing struggles to run my skill saw or anything like that because those saws have such a a big startup draw on them. It usually kicks the breaker on it. It will run a saw, but it's a pain because it kicks the breaker all the time. So I may be trading his neighbor some things for his generator this next time I go out there, if I remember to take the trading goods out there. I don't want to talk about what it is, but yeah, so I might trade him for that, and that'll be another generator we can use out there, because I definitely need one. I'm always needing a generator when I go around and help people that are off grid and stuff. That's another thing, like I'm gonna need it probably for the bus too. So a few other things I'm planning on getting when I get my tax return. Instead of buying a piece of land, I haven't went out and looked at I haven't went and looked at those pieces of land yet, but they're terrible pieces of land, and somebody has made an offer to me that I don't think I can turn down. I'm not going to talk about it on here right now, but that person is in here right now, and I'm probably most likely going to end up taking them up on that, and probably end up buying or start buying that piece of land. So I need to have the bus to where I can live in it, where I have solar. I definitely am going to have the ability to heat with wood and all that kind of stuff. Things, this offer to me is really a very positive thing for me. It's super awesome friend helping me out. I can't believe they're doing what they're doing for me. It's crazy awesome, and I may actually be starting up a second channel to kind of show basically daily life out there when I move out there, if I move out there. Pretty sure I will be. It's kind of almost a definite thing right now. So awesome things coming in the future. It's a struggle for me. I'm kind of torn up. I'm like, I don't want to, but at the same time, I know that I need to. I'm not going to talk about why, but because I don't want to get in that, that dark space again, where I'm just kind of down and everything. I kind of bring everybody else down when I do that. So I'm going to try to stay out of that. Let's see. I think the fans would work until you can get an AC. Yeah, definitely. Adam's saying 3K, congrats, Hoods Custom Shop. Oh, shoot dang. They're saying I'm at 3K now. We got 47 people in here, 45 thumbs up. Smash that like button, people. You've almost got a perfect score right now. Come on. 47, 46 people in here, 45 thumbs up. That's awesome. 3,000. Man, that is crazy to hit that number finally. Desiree Sampier saying you are showing 3K. Man, that's awesome. Got Roy Hoffine in here. Good morning. Let's see here. Jan, I'm sure we will be up in Springfield a lot. Awesome. Springfield ain't very far from me, and it's not very far from where I may be moving to. So I might end up over in that area. I kind of, this is where I'm torn. I kind of need to move to Oklahoma, but at the same time, looking at those properties out there, I may or may not be able to park even just the bus on one of those properties because it's such a steep hill, unlevel and everything. The property that I had my heart set on that actually had power on it has obviously already sold. It's not on the market anymore, so that just kind of, it blew that out of the water for me. And then a friend has made an offer to me for something, a place to move to and everything, and possibly be able to buy a piece of land. And it's an awesome offer. So that may be what I end up doing. I'll have to move the shipping container, the shed. I might see if I can get the chicken coop loaded up. That's another thing. I kind of need to get the chicken coop finished to where it doesn't want to fall apart whenever I put it on the trailer and move it. I'll have to get that thing moved out there. I'd hate to take it apart to move it and then have to put it back together. That may be something I end up having to do though. Yeah, the other thing is I need that generator to be able to run my air compressor. My 2,000 watt generator will not run my air compressor. I've got I think it's a Cobalt, I want to say 40-gallon air compressor. And it's a really great air compressor. I've used it to run the great big, impact that takes semi-truck tires off. I've used it for that. So I'm hoping to, get that thing loaded up and bring it out there to Crazy Ed's. So we'll have a good size air compressor. If somebody has like a four-way that goes on the air compressor, like the quick connect, to where we can hook up multiple airlines, that would be awesome, because I don't have that. And what I was thinking about just now is I actually got to do some plumbing on my air compressor because it has that great big hose on it. I mean, I guess I could leave it on there. I've got this huge, like, half-inch line, but it won't run like smaller air tools like this right here. It's way bigger than this right here. This is your normal size coupler, but the one I have for the big hose for the big impact gun, it's way bigger than that, and it's plumbed straight in. I guess I could just wrap it up and tie it up and bring that with the air compressor. Let's see here. Refresh and you'll see the 3K. No, I won't see it on here. This doesn't show me how many subs I have right now. Unless you're talking to someone else that can actually look at my channel. But yeah, I can't see that number right now. Lindsay Scott, I was 3,000. Yay. Lindsay was number 3,000. Woo! How awesome is that? Lindsay Scott was subscriber number 3,000. Man, on her birthday. Hey, wait a minute. What were you doing not being subscribed? What's up with that? They unsubscribed you, right? That's what I'm going to go with. They unsubscribed you. Simply Jan Home said 1K a week for not working. Wow. What? What? 1K a week for not working. I didn't get 1,000 this week for not working. I have been, I think, within 10 subscribers of being at 3,000 for a while now. It's been pretty close for a while. I've been working this week. What are you saying, Jan? You saying I ain't been working? I know I haven't been putting videos out. There's Roberta's Artistic Adventures. Said hello, good morning. Good morning. It shows on my screen you have 3K. That's awesome, guys. Thank you all so much. I am blown completely out of the water. I am just amazed. When I first started my YouTube channel, I thought, this is kind of fun, making videos or whatever. Maybe somebody will like what I make. Maybe I'll learn something. You know, when I first started, I had no clue how to edit video. No clue whatsoever. I couldn't even take 2 video clips and piece them together. And I've come a long way, a long ways. And the more I learn about it, the more interesting I can make my videos and everything. I enjoy it. That's super awesome. And then, you know, this whole other realm has come in, like the YouTube community that I've become a part of is so amazing. I never expected that. I never thought that would happen. It was just not a thing, and it's just amazed the heck out of me. Our community here may not be the biggest YouTube community in the grand scheme of things, but this is the best community on YouTube by far. We can do so much. There's so many people in here. You know, it's not just me doing some amazing things. You know, there's other people in here like Jan and Drew over at Dutch Creek Cabin, or Drew and Lindsay over at Dutch Creek Cabin. The things that they do, you know, they do some truly awesome things. I wish I was able to move down in that area closer to all those people, because that area and the people there is so freaking awesome. Some of the most beautiful country right there in the central United States. I think the only way you can find more beautiful country is like go up to the upper Northwest. But it's freaking cold up there, and I don't like the cold that much. So motocross chicks like, yay, party, congrats. Yeah, that's super awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Dutch Creek's like, 3K. Yay, I hit 3K. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, there's so many channels out there that's got like 5K, like Dave over at Come On Homestead. He's already over 5K. Simple Life Reclaim, I don't even know where they're at. Their channel has just skyrocketed. It's crazy. And I'm like, man, I've got so much work to do. I don't think I could ever catch up with them, but if I did, that would be super awesome. Let's see here. Ivy's Family Factotum. Congrats, David, on 3K. Lindsay, happy B-Day. Super cool thing to be the final one to reach that goal for him. It is awesome, and I'll remember that forever. That's why the best boat is someone else. Yeah. Boats are huge money pits. Thank you, Dutch Creek. Thank you, Mary. Let's see here. I'm probably way behind in the chat here. Hey, there's JB Conway. What's up? Good morning, JB. Hope you're feeling a little better than yesterday, those sniffles. Let's see here. Don Lee's like 3K. Yeah. Ivy said, well, I got to get back to work. Everyone have a great weekend. All right, we'll see you. Everyone's saying bye to Ivy's. If you guys haven't went over and checked out Ivy's Family Factotum, it used to be Ivy's Forge and Homestead. He does some forging and stuff like that, all kinds of cool stuff on his channel. He was at the last meetup with his forge out there by my sawmill, and I was super interested in that. I was almost like thinking, man, I wish I hadn't brought my sawmill, because I would rather just sit over there and watch him forge. I've built myself a little forge here. I have an old brake drum from my semi-truck, and I've never like got the chance to finish it and get started using it. I need to get like an anvil and stuff like that. After I go through all the stuff that I'm, going through right now and everything, when I get all this stuff like that worked out and I get moved, to my new place where I'll probably be going to, I would love to get, all the blacksmithing stuff and everything like that. Get all that stuff set up and do a little bit of blacksmithing for whatever I might need around the homestead. Crazy thing is, I might almost turn into basically kind of like a homestead channel. It's going to be, I've already made a few emails, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with. I think one of them was Ozark. Another one was Ozarks Off Grid or something like that. I made several of them so I could kind of, get those names. I think another one was like Ozark Off Grid Life or something like that. Ozarks. I can't remember what it was. I tried to go through and figure out however many I could, and then I'll take and pick from it, because it's hard to name your channel and not name it the same as somebody else's. So I'm, trying to see if I could come up with a good name for the channel, and it's basically going to be daily life vlogging and stuff, like whatever I'm doing out there off grid, living in the bus, possibly building a forever home or at least a cabin or something, and just trying to carve a debt-free path in life. I will, once I move out there, I will likely get a job out there. I don't know where exactly. That's something I'm going to have to work on, but it's going to be exciting. At the same time, I expect that I'm probably going to go through some things where I'm going to have some rough days and stuff, but I will have some super awesome friends right around there in that area to to be able to lean on a little bit, and that way I don't feel like I'm just out in the wilderness all by myself. So it's going to be a challenge for me for sure, but I think it's going to be super awesome. I'll probably be posting videos on that stuff on this channel too. One thing was, I was kind of considering changing the name of this channel, to something like Ozarks or Ozark Living, Ozark Off-Grid Living, something like that. But I hate to change the name of this channel just because I've had it so long and people are so used to that. And it seems like it's just now kind of catching on, so I almost hate to change the name of my channel. That's why I'm thinking I will just start up a second channel. And there's a lot of reasons to do that, a lot of reasons. So we'll probably end up keeping this channel the same, and it's going to have a lot of the same kind of content that I've been doing. You guys will get to see all this stuff, and I'll put those other channels out there, so you guys can go over there and subscribe to those. I actually left a comment on my last live with a couple of those channels, so if you guys want, you can maybe go click on that or look it up and subscribe if you want. Let's see. Elizabeth, that's awesome news. Yes, it is. JB saying, hello, everyone. We still got MT Homestead in here. Carp Diem? Elizabeth Rojas. I don't know what that is. Carpe Diem? I don't know. Let's see. Back to country. They are arresting people. What? They're arresting people where? For what? Simply Jan. Yeah, I talked to Jan about it, so she knows, and she's like, you will love it out there. I know I will. It's a very nice area, scenery wise and all that. But the other thing is the friends that I have in that area is the main reason for me to move out there. That little tight-knit community right there is that's the one thing that makes me take comfort in actually thinking about doing that move. Super awesome. Myers kids say, have a good day, gotta go, talk later. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to push down towards the bottom here. Like a boys, do whatever feels right, brother. With our community, we can make anything you choose work. Heck yeah. Raindrop. Where's Raindrop? Uh, oh, there's my Raindrop live. Hi, everyone. Dutch Creek said hi, or Raindrop, hello. Let's see. There's Adam's link. Redbird Farm just dropped that in there. Mary Jemison saying my Raindrop life, hello. I'm gonna have to go check out your channel, my Raindrop life. Matter of fact, let me write that down before I forget. You're a new one in here, so welcome. Thank you. Let's see. Desiree St. Pierre said I was saying that, David, regarding the refresh. Okay. Simply Jan at Hoods Cups, not you. You said folks on unemployment are getting that, LOL. Yeah, I'm not getting unemployment. I got the shaft on that deal because I couldn't fight it. When I went to call and fight it, right? So my boss basically said, "Well, I offered you work out on the farm, but my job description was truck driver. That's what I was. I was a truck driver and a manager of a rail spur." And he basically was taking my hours away and giving his son work instead of me work. So I ended up quitting that job, and he wanted me to go out and do welding and stuff on his farm, which I was not going to be doing for him anymore. It was very crappy conditions, and I just wasn't doing it. I was just done with that. Basically, I've worked for the guy for many years, off and on, and it always gets to a really bad point. I don't want to talk really crap about him. I know he watches my channel, and if I piss him off too much, then I'm going to start having some BS around here, and I don't want that. So anyways, I had to quit the job, and he fought it. So I tried to call in and fight that with the unemployment and everything. Basically, with the CV stuff going on, you can't get a hold of them through the phone system. I couldn't get a date set up to go up there to the career center and deal with all that. So I got shafted out of that. I never got any unemployment. So my father-in-law got it. I think it was just under $1,000 a week. And normally when he worked a 40-hour week, he was making roughly $600 or $700, something like that, I think it was. So when he got unemployment, he was actually making pretty much double what he normally would have been making at that job. And so, he was just like many thousands or millions of other people were like, well, this is incentive to not go get a job, because they couldn't get a job making $1,000 a week. I mean, I can go drive a truck and make that, but what he was doing, he couldn't make that much, and so he was making more money by not working, and that's how the government kind of incentivizes people to not work, and it crashes the economy and everything. Elizabeth says, "True, this is a great community for sure." Yes, it is. Motocross Motocross Tracy said, "I am blocked, or YouTube has timed me out. For what reason? I don't know. YouTube is weird, but I see you in there now." Yeah, YouTube's been doing weird stuff. Like, they blocked my mom and all kinds of weird stuff. Let's see. Roberta's Artistic Adventures said, "Simple Life Reclaim is currently at 61.1 thousand subbies." Holy smokes. Mel and Gary, guys, really? That is amazing. 61.1 thousand. Wow. What was the last video? I want to say the last video was something like 20,000 that I seen, or maybe it was 50,000. I don't remember. it just kind of, when it gets to a certain point, it's just like, yeah, okay, you know, you got this huge number over there, and it is like, it will make your head a little bigger. I try not to let, 3,000 subs is a huge number for me, I think. Um, I couldn't even imagine hitting 10,000. If I hit 10,000, again, I would be blown out of the water, just the same as when I hit 50. When I first started my channel and I hit 50 subs, I was just like, wow, there's like 50 people in this world that like watching my stuff. And then I hit 600 and I was like, this is, this could be something, and then 1,000 subs. And, I was blown away then too. And every 1,000 after that, you're totally amazed at how many people are, watching your stuff, and they become interested in your story and like start following for what you're doing and everything. That's super awesome. Let's see here. Everyone's saying hi. Betty England, hey mom, got a $5 super sticker. Uh-oh. My mom figured out how to do super chats, super stickers. Watch out, guys. JB at Hood's Custom Shop, a boat is a hole in the water you throw money into. Yes, it is. It definitely is. JB Conway, everyone out there in YouTube land, be careful. The scammers are on the ball. They have even tried me 3 times just this morning. Dadgum. Yeah, I've got people who follow me. I've been accepting friend requests like without really going through and like making sure they're real accounts, and then they will send me something right away on Messenger on Facebook. And it's usually like hi or hello. So you know what? If I don't exactly know who you are on Facebook and I have accepted your friend request, and you send me something in Messenger, you're gonna have to do something more than just wave at me or say hi or hello. Or you probably should tell me how you know who I am or something. Otherwise, I'm going to ignore you, because every time I say hi back to somebody, it seems like it's some kind of scam, or they're trying to sell me something or whatever. And when that happens, I immediately just block them. So if you send me a friend request on Facebook and I accept it, and then you say hi to me in Messenger, you're probably getting blocked immediately. So sorry if you got blocked, but I really don't have a lot of time to sit there and chat with people on Messenger and stuff. So I hope you guys understand that. When there's literally thousands and thousands of people out there who send you messages and stuff, you just don't have the time to respond to everybody. If I know who you are, I'm going to try and respond back to you. But I've got so many scammers on there, just either trying to scam or trying to sell me something. Like one person was trying to get me into buying like Bitcoin and stuff, investing, and I finally figured out their angle is basically, I don't know a whole lot about cryptocurrencies and everything. And so they're basically like, well, I can teach you. I can show you how, all this and that. And it's like, okay, I get where this is going. Like eventually you're going to try to get like a screenshot of, whatever I got going on, or you're going to try to figure out passwords or something like that, and where you can rip me off or something. So yeah, I'm not into doing that stuff. And honestly, my gut feeling, I mean, it's hard to know this, but my gut feeling is there was a lot of money made not too long ago in cryptocurrency. I mean, a lot of money. A lot of people made tons and tons of money off of that, and that got a lot of people into it. And I have this gut feeling that it's going to crash, that it's a lot of people that's got millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto are about to be taken advantage of and lose everything they've got. I mean, absolutely down to zero. Because, I mean, people are already scared of the stock market, so they had to come up with another thing to get people to invest to where they can rip you off. If they can't rip you off, then the banks can't make millions, and the banks are also trying to make millions right now by stealing people's homes, kind of like what they're doing with me right now. They may not necessarily, they may not repo or what do they call it, take my house. But what they're probably going to do when they refinance, I think what they're waiting on is for that interest rate to go through the roof, and then they're going to refinance. And I have no choice but to go ahead and sign it and agree to it, right? So I may do that. I may go ahead and agree to it or whatever, and then get a job, get this place fixed up, and then sell it. And if I do that, then I will be moving and going to go live closer to some friends and stuff. And hopefully I would make enough money off of selling this place to maybe be able to pay that place off and not have a payment. My goal is to be debt free and not have to make payments on stuff. But if I do have to make a payment, then a land payment is something that I'm okay with doing, as long as I don't have to make a house payment on top of it. Oh, Elizabeth Rojas said it means seize the day, carpe diem. I'm guessing, I don't know if I said that right or not. Carpe diem. JB saying howdy everyone. Tina Boxell said, sorry JB Conway, I heard they got Lila Newton and cleaned her out. Yeah, that's crazy. I hope, Lila Newton, if you're watching, I hope you're doing well. I hope your needs are met and everything. I wish I could help, but unfortunately I'm not. I'm financially not in a position to be able to help you. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Hopefully the bank will fix that. I've been almost cleaned out before, and that was, I believe, because I swiped my card at a fuel pump, and then ended up going inside. This was actually a place down in Arkansas, and next thing I know, this was when I had my trucking company. The next thing I know, like, I tried to get fuel again a couple days later, and I couldn't get fuel. I went and checked my account on my mobile banking, and they were hitting me. It started off with small numbers, and it progressively got bigger. So I had to call the bank and put stop payment on those, and it was just a hassle. But what they did was, I got to a certain fuel stop, and when I pulled in there, I went to a certain pump number. I was on the phone with the bank. They turned my card on so I could get fuel. I got the fuel, and then I headed on home. I had to actually go to the bank because they had to shut off my card and everything, get me a new card and everything. You talk about a bunch of crap to have to go through. I hope that is nothing anyone else has to go through. I've also had some problems back when I've sent some super chats and stuff that, I ended up having to turn my debit card off because there were some strange charges on my account after doing super chats and stuff. But I have done a super chat since then and have not had an issue, so hopefully they've got those problems resolved. Roberta's yes, community where you are surrounded by loving, caring, serving, giving, uplifting folk is a wonderful blessing for sure and certain. Yeah. One more cup of coffee and then I have to get outside and get busy. Yeah, I've been on here hour and 14 minutes. I went live about 10, so that would be 11:14. One thing I do is I have separate accounts that I have cards on, but I don't use those debit cards online or for anything. But those separate accounts, what I do is I put money into those. I can just transfer it immediately with my phone. I put money over there into that account, and I use the main account, that card, to where I don't have, if I lose money, to some scam or something like that, they don't get everything. and as I need money or whatever, I will transfer it from that other account in there. So that's an idea. You might, you guys, if you're doing super chats, or if you're, sending money through PayPal or Facebook Pay, all these, digital things or whatever, one thing you can do is go to your bank, start up another account. Most of them are gonna, require like $50 or something to start up another account. But start up another account, and you can do all your banking on your phone, to where basically the only thing you use that account for is to hold the money, to where most of your money is in that. So if you do get hit, you don't lose everything. That's my tactic. So you guys use that. Just kind of think about it. It'd probably be wise to have that second account. So if you're using your debit card to do super chats or something like that, I know there's been a lot of people had issues with like Cash App, with PayPal, that sort of thing. So just kind of be smart about it. Put things in another account so you don't get taken for everything. I don't know how they would do it or whatever, but apparently they can do it. Motocross chick, JB Conway, I was recently a victim to identity theft, social security number theft, email theft, Facebook password. Dang. Yeah, they could steal all my stuff, and I'd be like, yeah, thanks for taking it. I mean, if anybody tries to get a credit card or something in my name, they're going to be denied. My credit is crap right now, so I ain't got to worry too much about all that. I guess that's the good thing about being dirt poor. You just, try to live within your means, and, do the best you can, that sort of thing. And what I'm trying to do right now is get it to a point where I don't have to have a weekly income or whatever, to where I can, use the sawmill and stuff and my woodworking, all that stuff, to make an income. And eventually, I'll have more chickens, and I'll end up getting an incubator and all that kind of thing. I don't know a whole lot about chickens. I'm not like, Jeff at Bobblehead Homestead. I listened to him on his videos talking about chickens and the eggs and how he breeds them to get certain colors and everything. I'm just like, wow, this guy is deep in it. He knows his stuff. It's super awesome to watch Bobblehead Homestead on like the chicken breeding and everything. That guy, he knows his stuff for sure. So if you guys are interested in chickens and breeding and everything, definitely go look up Bobblehead Homestead. Super awesome guy. He puts out some very unique and genuine content. I like his style. Just like Drew at Dutch Creek Cabin, he has this certain style of editing and everything, and it's just interesting. Like, you watch one of his videos, it's not about just one thing or whatever. It's kind of like whatever he's done that week, and it's just interesting to watch and follow along with that. It's pretty cool. So definitely check out Dutch Creek Cabin. JB said they couldn't get diddly squat with my credit rating. I know what you mean, JB. Yep. Likeably said, I'm pushing 840 subs, and I'm still shocked I got even 50. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I mean, pushing 3,000, or well, I guess I hit 3,000 now. And just to hit 50 was amazing. I mean, when I started off my YouTube channel, like, my family didn't even really know about it or anything, and I was just doing, shooting stuff and reloads and different things like that. And that just wasn't taking off. One of my favorite channels was Demolition Ranch, and when I first started watching YouTube, that was pretty much what I watched, was Demolition Ranch. And I was like, man, I love this channel. I love like what he's doing. I was kind of doing the same things, but not near as interesting as him. Not as much energy. I don't have that much energy about me and everything. I tried emulating what his channel was about and kind of doing the same sort of thing. But it just wasn't working for me. And then YouTube, they changed the rules. I was this close to becoming monetized at that point. and they changed the rules. And then it was like that goal of having 1,000 subs was so far away, and then having to have the 4,000 watch hours and everything seemed like it was so far away. And I had to delete all this content except for the first video. I left that one on there. I just made it private. It's actually public now because YouTube changed, you know, they had a change of heart or whatever. And now that video is actually monetized. Kind of surprising. Yeah. Don Lee said my PayPal was hacked. Dang. Hope they don't hack mine. I don't know what to think about all that stuff. I don't know. I'm not like a tech savvy person. Hope they don't hack me for the whole $50 I got in there. No matter the reason, I am thankful that you are safe. JB Conway, hugs. JB Conway, LifeLock in my bank notified me on the same day, 5 days later. I've heard about that LifeLock, but I'm not sure how much it cost. What I am sure of is I can't afford it. Don Lee said I reported it to PayPal minutes after it happened. Yeah, the issue I had with the super chats, you know, I seen the super chats that I did that was in there, and then I seen other charges that were coming from Google. And I went to my bank, and the bank was like, well, you just need to call Google. And Google's pretty good about, you know, refunding that back to your account. I don't know what was going on with that, and I'm sure it's happened a few times where I didn't catch it too. Isn't it crazy, like, where the conversation can go in these live chats? It'll start off with one thing and it can go anywhere. Simply Jan said crypto is going down. That's what I think too, Jan. I think cash is king. I'm pretty sure crypto is a huge money grab. There's a lot of people that's gotten really comfortable with having thousands and thousands of dollars in it, and you know, a lot of people think that it's, you know, they can't lose with it, and I think it's just not, it's not taking on, it's not gaining the traction they need it to, and that's just my gut feeling. I don't want to put any money into it. I mean, sure, a lot of people made a lot of money really quick off of it, but I think that's going to turn around and it's going to be a bad deal. That's just my gut feeling. My gut feeling has served me well on a lot of things. Redbird says, later, David. Have a great day. Bye. We'll see you later. Camp Silky said, hello, everyone. Cindy Brown said, hello, all. Oh, I said it right? Awesome. I knew I had a 12th grade reading level. Actually, in 6th grade, they said I had a 12th grade reading level, but I was like, I can't read that good. You know, when you had to sit there and read in class, like read a paragraph or something, and I was like, hi, Tim, at Tim, Tiny, Tim, Posey. That's how I read back then. And they're like, oh, you got a 12th grade reading level. And I'm like, really? 12th graders be dumb. Let's see. We all have to be careful opening emails before clicking to open. Yeah, I don't like all the spam email and stuff. If I don't know who it's from or whatever, I don't even open it. A lot of times I just swipe it and get rid of it because I know that I don't know enough about it. I get a lot of people that subscribe to me or follow me on Facebook or whatever, and they'll send me something in Messenger and it'll say, look who died, or is this you in this video, or some, you know, BS like that, and I won't click on it. That person gets blocked. Unfortunately, one of them was from my stepsister, and she sent me something like that. And I didn't click on it. I just sent a message. I said, stop sending me crap like this. And she sends a message back, said, sorry, I got hacked, and I said, sorry, I'm deleting you. I mean, if you need to change your password or whatever, I don't know. I don't know how people get hacked on Facebook, but my account, as far as I know, has never been hacked. If you get some weird stuff like that from me, let me know, because then I can, go in and change my password or whatever on Facebook. But yeah, don't, if I'm like sending you stuff on Facebook, requested money from you, don't accept it. Don't send money that way or whatever. If I don't, if it's not on here, just don't send money to it. So if somebody, people can clone your account on Facebook. So I'm not going to be asking people for money through Facebook or anything. The only way you might ever see me ask for help with funding something is right here on YouTube. I'll do it right here and ask you guys if you want to, chip in. My PayPal, all that stuff is linked down in the description. Carpe diem. Okay. Carpe diem. Let's see. Thank you, Adam. Roberta's Artistic Adventures. Hello, Terry at Empty Homestead. How are your baby chickies doing? Cindy Brown, honestly feel the best way to prevent loss or prevent those kind of things is check all of your accounts often. I do it twice daily. Crazy Ed said, I'm on break again and watching. Man, you get a 5-minute break every hour? That's awesome, Ed. So was the pile of wood still there this morning? Nobody messed with it, I hope. If that comes up missing, Ed, I don't know what we're gonna do, because we won't have enough logs to make enough siding for your building. That's what I'm struggling with right now. I don't know. I got to go through the wood pile and see if I can come up with the 2x4s and 2x6s for the framing. If we can come up with, if somebody could get us some 2x6s and 2x4s, that'd be super awesome to help with the framing. Right now, what I'm really trying to focus on is getting enough siding, to enclose the building and get it dried in. So yeah. The logs I got out here, I do have a huge red oak, and that's what I'm going to try and get on the mill today. It does have what looks like a little bit of rot in the center. I won't really know till I get it on the mill and get it opened up. So that log will pretty much be an all-day ordeal and will virtually almost be an entire load of wood by itself. But yeah, Ed, if you talk to your neighbor right there next to you, I need to know a little bit more about that generator, like if it's a newer one. But I may have something, me and him discussed what he wanted to trade it for. And so next time I come out, I'll probably have something to trade him, and an entire can of cartridges for that thing. I'm not going to trade him 2 of those things. I'm not going to do that because both of the things that I've got to trade are worth more than what that generator cost brand new. So I just tell him I'm interested because I need that generator, and so next time I come out, I'll have something probably to trade with him. Cindy Brown, you can also just get a Venmo card or a prepaid Walmart card. Yeah, I like the way PayPal works and Cash App works. That they're pretty simple. I've not had any issues really. The only real issues I had was with the super chats. I had sent a super chat a long time ago, like years ago, to the Crockers or something, and then I started getting these weird like 99-cent charges and things like that. Let's see what I missed there. Oh, Adam said, "Hey Ed, how's the job working out?" And Ed said, it's a job. Adam, it's a job. Yeah, it's a job. That's one of them jobs that makes your back ache every day. I've had jobs like that. Basically, well, I did tray pack in the underground in Carthage, Missouri for Butterball Turkey Company back when I was like 19 years old. Um, cold, cold, cold. Like in the summertime, you go to work and you're wearing coveralls and a coat when you go to work, and people are looking at you all funny. Like you get off of work and you go to the local gas station and you've got these really thick thermal coveralls on and a coat. It's like 90 degrees outside and you're wearing coveralls and everything and a hoodie, and they're just like, you must work at the underground because it's cold in there. I will give anyone my department, just gas work. I don't know if you typoed that. DPT, I don't know what that means, but yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. Let's see. MT said at Roberta's Artistic Adventures, they are doing great. Maybe getting some more today, but we'll be purchasing them. We are going to Beeline Farm and Feed right now, and she has Polish crested. Woo! Say hi to Chrissy for me, MT. Let's see. Rosemary Berry, I turned my Cash App off until I get ready to use it. I get it. It's kind of difficult to do business anymore without something like PayPal or Cash App. And I had to send a little bit to Ed here the other day to help him out with gas and stuff, but yeah, I couldn't figure out how to make that work. It was crazy. Finally, I mean, yes, I finally figured it out. Like technology stuff like that is not my strong point. Crazy Ed, David, is JB bringing lumber out to the property this weekend? We haven't made any plans as of yet, Ed. I've got to get some stuff milled. The stuff that I have over there, I think I've got some 2x12s I've got to throw back on the mill. I'm going to cut those down to 2x6s because I don't believe we really have any use for 2x12s except for maybe some like treads for the steps or something like that. But we need 2x6s more than we need steps. You can come up with steps later on or something. We just got to make sure we have the 2x6s for framing the floor and the rafters. We're not doing like, you know, joist rafters or anything. We're just doing 2x6 rafters in it. So that will be open. I did see your video where that was kind of one of your concerns, but yeah, we're gonna try to leave that open where it's just you know, 2x6s coming up to the peak inside there. But yeah, I mean, I've got to get some milling done, and yeah, we've got to try to figure out when to come out there. I think the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, we've got more bad weather coming in. It's looking like a wet month. I'm hoping to get out there with JB, get some lumber out there to you, and be able to hopefully hook onto your camper and get that moved. So that's kind of the driving force right there. Like, I know it's very important to get your travel trailer moved. It could end up being a day when you're at work or something. So Ed, if you can, you know, pick up things around there, you know, to where that camper trailer is ready to be moved. So we don't have to like move things out of the way or anything. We can just kind of get it hooked up and see if we can get it moved up there. That's something you can be doing in the meantime. Simply Jan said, I'm getting 6 chicks from Jeff next month. Heck yeah. He's got some cool breeds. I don't remember what I have. I think one hen I have is a black sex link, and the other one is a Rhode Island red. And then I've got Grandpa out there, and I'm not sure what kind of rooster he is, but I've actually got them locked up in the coop right now because I don't want to lose those. I don't want that bobcat getting to them. And, you know, I have to, you know, keep them in there with this cold that we've been having. And those guys, those chickens, they're crazy. Like, I'm having trouble getting them in the coop at night because the rooster gets them up on top of the coop, which, I mean, they're fine up there as of right now. As long as that bobcat doesn't find them at night or something, they'll probably be all right. But yeah, these roosters aren't very good. They talk the chickens into like going where they're not supposed to be. I guess my son's going to work or something. He's leaving without even saying bye to me. Let's see. Like a boy said, "Hey Tim, how's it going?" Let's see. I guess that's Tiny Tim Posey. Let's see. Jeff has a spreadsheet or database that he keeps of how he's gotten all those variety of chick breeds and egg colors. He is very talented in trying to create a new chicken breed to produce specific eggs. Yeah, I watched one of his latest videos on that, and I was just like, man, he can talk chickens for sure. Stuff I don't really know about. All I know is like, I really like the Rhode Island Reds. They seem pretty good. They're pretty docile, and you know they produce. You know, they had produced quite a few eggs. They haven't really been producing much here lately. It may have something to do with the numbers, like how many of them there are. Treasure Hunter said, "Hello, Crazy Ed. Are you still crazy?" He's odd. No, he's not crazy. Some people might think he's crazy, you know, for some of the things he's doing, like going off grid and all that kind of stuff. Like, he wasn't even expecting to go off grid. And I don't want to be on grid. I want to have solar in this bus to where it provides all the solar that I need to run a refrigerator, you know, fans, the diesel heater. I talked to Mama V for quite a while yesterday on the phone about solar and everything, just kind of picking her brain about it and everything, and how much solar she has right now, how much she's needed, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really thinking I need to probably get the 1200 watt kit. I won't have that much in batteries because the batteries are expensive, but I got to figure out just how many amp hours of batteries I need to get. I don't know if I'm gonna get lithium or AGM right now. It's kind of up in the air. I've really got to put pen to paper with those numbers and see what I can get. I would love to have the lithium iron phosphate, just because, you know, you get more like 100% of the amp hours and stuff out of them, and how long they last type thing. Like a bully, no, I haven't, Cindy, but I'm not going to change it if it does have an effect. Roberta's Artistic Adventures. Oh my, Matt character is a character I love. His channels, Bat Ranch, Demolition Ranch, Off the Ranch. Matt's dad, Lee, also has a channel, and so did his brother Mark. Yeah, I didn't know his dad had a channel, or his brother, or who they are, nothing like that. Yeah. I do watch Off the Ranch and Demolition Ranch. I don't really comment on there very much. I mean, that dude's a huge channel. I've been watching him ever since like 12, 13 years ago, when his channel was a lot smaller, and it's just blown up. Let's see. Cindy Brown at Like a Bully Homestead. Good. I like the name, just thought I would mention it. Okay, Carrie just called. Would have liked to hang out and give y'all a hard time. Gotta go. Blowing kisses. Adios. All right, Belly Acres number 3. See you later. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Treasure Hunter said, I drove past the bunker. Heck yeah. I know where the other property is. I don't know where the bunker's at. Or I don't know exactly where Bunker Branding is. But where the mansion or whatever that they redone, I know where that's at down there. Cindy Brown, I have had my debit card hacked after getting gas at one certain gas station. Here it happened twice. That was the biggest problem I had, or the biggest hit that I took, which, I mean, the bank, they covered it. They shut it off. I mean, it hadn't actually went through. I think there was like a couple of charges for like 99 cents that they didn't cover, but that's kind of how it starts off. They hit your account for, say, 99 cents, something that you don't notice. And sometimes they will actually just keep doing that, like $1 a week, and they'll do it indefinitely. And, typically people don't really realize that. They think maybe, well, that was some kind of charge or something that the bank is doing or whatever, and they don't think too much of it because it's such a small amount. But take this into account, if somebody was hitting a couple thousand accounts for 99 cents a week, that's a couple $1,000s a week that they're taking people for. So yeah, I mean, they could be getting rich off something like that. I know, but you don't get the discount inside. That sucks. There's Patty Price, and have a great day, everyone. Adam's got to get to work. See you later. Congrats again on the 3K. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, I've been in here an hour and 41 minutes. It's pretty warm in here, so I think I could probably get out there and get some milling done. I'm going to have to get out here pretty quick. Simply Jan said, if you go to gas pump, fill the strip before inserting the card, and you can tell if something is on the swipe area. I've just got to the point now where I won't even swipe it out at the pump, which actually I've done that a couple times at Walmart or Murphy USA, I guess. The last couple times I went down to dadgummit, I almost said Likeaboy Homestead, Crazy Ed's Homestead. Last couple times I went down there, I got gas at Murphy there in Neosho, and I've never had a problem getting gas there. The place I had a problem at was a mom and pop shop down in Harrison, Arkansas, and it was one of those Middle Easterner owned gas stations that I had the problem with. So I'm probably still way behind in the chat. Roberta said, used to work at a chicken place in Georgia. I think I've been there. I used to haul chicken. I used to pull a refrigerated semi-trailer. Used to haul a lot of frozen chicken. Freezing cold inside and hot during the summer when you get out. Yeah, like you come out of there and your glasses fog up on you and stuff. Yeah, I know what it's like. Treasure Hunter used to work at a chicken processing plant. Deslided the stacks of frozen chicken. That's a job I don't want to do for sure. I've been in some of those places. I'm just like, nah, I can process a deer or a chicken if I need to or whatever. One year I processed 3 deer in a weekend, and I didn't want to do it anymore after that. We did a lot of ground meat, and the iron smell from the blood was starting to get to me. After the third one, I was just like, no, I don't want to do no more. Treasure Hunter, Crazy Ed isn't any crazier than I am. Yeah. Let's see, David, can you create a list of all things needed for the days we meet up at Ed's so we know what is needed, and those who can will be able to buy and bring those to Ed's generators, fuel, wood, nails. Yeah. As far as nails, I believe we're going to be using air nailers. So we're going to need these 3.5 inch, I believe they are. Let me see. Well, let's see. I get these nails at Harbor Freight. The air nailer is from Harbor Freight. Let's see. We'll close this box up so I can turn it over to show you guys. So this right here is what we get. 28 degree is probably backwards. At least it looks like it's backwards to me. 3.5 inch long, 28 degree framing nails. And that's what they look like right there. Now I've got these other ones that I bought that are 30 degree, and they're actually 3.25. It's a little bit smaller of a box. There's 1,000 of them in this box right here from Harbor Freight. I'm pretty sure they'll work. So on this framing nailer right here, there's actually a pin. There's a pin right there that I can change, and it changes the degree of angle. And it says it'll do 21 degree or 28 to 34 degree. So I'm hoping it'll work with any of those degrees. The only ones I've used in it is these right here, which is the 28 degree. That's what I've actually used on my own chicken coop, is these right here, the 3.5 inch long, 28 degree. So I do know for sure those work in my air nailer, and I'm pretty sure these right here are going to work too. I may have to, no, I don't think I have to change it for this one right here, but if I get the other degree or something, I have to change where the pin position is. Yeah, I've got to get with Critter Creek. He's supposed to be having like a list of materials and everything he's working on. Luckily, we still have some time. I think we may have someone purchasing the cinder blocks. I don't know for sure. I'll have to get with Ed on that. And somebody will probably have to go pick those up from, like, say, the local Home Depot or something to bring out there. Yeah, it's going to be hard to know what all we need. So if you come out and you bring cash, then you might be able to go get the stuff we need, because I'm sure there's probably going to be a few small things that we might end up needing or something. We're probably going to need another generator besides mine. I know Jan's bringing a chop saw, a table saw. I'm bringing my air compressor. We're going to need like a splitter for the air compressor, the 3/8 little plug-in for the airlines. Hopefully somebody can bring some more air hoses. I think I've only got like two 50-foot air hoses. So I know that we'll probably need a splitter so we can try to run 2 air nailers. That'll speed things up a lot. I've got a brad nailer and a stapler. I'm not sure that I have very many staples or nails for those, but I'll load those up and bring them. They're air powered. I think they're 18 gauge. So if you bring, you could get the staples, 18 gauge staples, or brad nails that we could use. Simply Jan said we're bringing a finish nailer too. Awesome. So we'll have a few finish nailers there. I know mine is 18 gauge on the finish nailer. Wow, look at that. I guess I'm at the bottom now. List of tools needed. You probably need, I would imagine, if you got a tool belt or whatever, you might need that. Of course, we're going to need somebody on the chop saw cutting boards to length. You probably need a couple people doing that and bringing boards up, and then a couple people running the nailers. Might just have Ed carrying boards from the cutter to the couple of people that's nailing stuff up, and just get this thing built in a hurry. Simply Jan said framing. Oh, finish nailer or framing nailer? I think she said she's bringing a framing nailer also, and JB may be bringing a framing nailer at the same time. I don't know for sure. I think she said that she was bringing one also. Framing nailer. Okay, I'm bringing a framing nailer, which you guys just seen, and then I've got 2 Metabo One of them is for staples, and one of them's for brad nails if we need that for some finish work or whatever. It'd be nice having the table saw there, so if we need to do any trim work or anything like that around windows or something, we can rip some boards down for that. Yeah, I can imagine this going up in 2 days. It could happen. Hopefully we get it as close as we possibly can to finished. We're going to need, let's see, it's a 16 by 16, so we're going to need probably 4 8-foot pieces of like 4-inch PVC pipe to basically cut in half for the rain gutters, so we can get rain catchment put on there, get his totes down there, get those in place. I think for the cinder blocks, I said we needed like 15 of the like figure 8 8x8 cinders, I think they're called, and then the capstones that go on top of those, we need like 12 of those. And that may be covered already. The problem is trying to figure out who has already ordered or bought whatever that we can get, or if they've done that yet. I mean, I could name off a huge list of things, but I don't know who's bringing what. That's the difficult part. So yeah, it's almost a logistical nightmare. How many days do you think it'll take to get this up? Honestly, with a crew like this, I don't know exactly how many people are coming out, but there's me, there's Adam, there's Ed, Critter Creek, JB, Jan and her husband. So that's like 7 already. Then there's probably more that I don't really know about right now that's coming out. So yeah, that's a pretty good start on a crew. And I would say the first day, when I get there on the 5th, we're going to be trying to get the layout and everything, get the cinder blocks in place. Hopefully we have the cinder blocks there on the 5th. The 5th might be one of those days where I come there with a load of lumber, get it offloaded, run into town, pick up cinder blocks, get those back there, and start getting everything set up for the foundation, get it stringlined, leveled out and everything. So we have that ready to go, and then we're going to be trying to get the basically the floor and everything set up. Hopefully we'll have some plywood there for the floor decking. Once we have that done, the rest of it will go up probably the next day, and the day after that it'll probably be like roofing and rain catchment, moving the totes into place, all that kind of stuff, and then working on putting in the windows, finish work, stuff like that on the inside. So I honestly, if the weather is good and we have a good turnout of people that can help and take care of everything, I would say by the 7th it should be a finished deal. It's totally possible. I've seen crews build entire houses in like 3 days before, like big houses. So it just takes a crew of people that just really know what they're doing. At the same time, we're going to have probably, I would say, I think Critter Creek talked about bringing some electrical stuff out, so he can be, like say on the 6th, when we start getting the walls up and everything, as soon as we get that done, it's going to be, him getting electrical put in, maybe a couple people doing the electrical, getting the boxes hung, insulation in, and putting all the board and batten siding on. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can make this happen by, be done by the 7th and have it dried in. If it's not completely done, like all the trim and stuff, that's no big deal, because that's stuff that Ed can do and create content on down the road. We just need a dried in cabin that's got windows and doors, electrical, insulation and stuff put in. So we definitely need insulation. I haven't heard of anyone who's covering that yet. So yeah, insulation would be super awesome. I think we're going to have to do the pink rollout insulation, just because it's quicker than having to wait for the spray foam. The spray foam is great, but you know that can cause some problems with scheduling and everything. So we don't want to have to be waiting for that stuff to off gas and do all of its stuff. And I also don't know if that stuff is temperature sensitive. So I think we'll just go with the pink insulation. If somebody has one of those slap staplers for stapling insulation and like your house wrap Tyvek stuff, if you have a stapler like that, bring it, because I don't have one. I just have the little squeeze handle type stapler, and little things like that I tend to forget to bring on something like this. So if you got one of those, that'd be nice to have something like that. I'm gonna have, you know, tape measures, hammers, a tool belt, that sort of thing also. I think we're gonna need, we'll need roofing tin. I want to say, well, I just don't know what the width is on the tin and everything, so I honestly don't know what we need for tin. I need to wait for Critter Creek to let me know on that. But yeah, that right now that's kind of what I'm able to think of. We're planning on framing the walls with 2x4s. So if people, you know, if you can bring some 2x4s, I'm sure they can be used. I know Ed, he's told me he's already got some 4x4s. I believe they're treated, so we can use those for the post on the front porch. So he does have a few materials there. Right now I'm mainly trying to make sure I have enough for the board and batten siding, you know, so we can get it closed in. I want to say there's something like 60 2x6s needed, and that's just, I think, for the floor joist and the roof. So yeah, I don't know if I can come up with that many. I don't think I have that many here, and I don't know that I have logs long enough to make that many. That's kind of what I'm running into. There's George Rikens. Hello, Jan. Hey, George. Question for you. Are you getting the cinder blocks, or are you able to do that? I know you mentioned it in the last live of maybe being able to put an order into Home Depot. So I kind of need to know if that's going to be covered, if you got that. So you could let, oh, you are going to do that? Okay. If we could have that on the 5th, to where I can go pick that up on the 5th when I get out there, that'd be super awesome. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. And I'm reconnected again. I hope I didn't cut out there. I'll say it again. George, thank you so much for doing what you're doing and helping out here. That's super awesome, man. You're a good friend. And hopefully you can make it out, because I'd like to meet you. That's super awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for Ed. I'm saying thank you for Ed. I know Ed's, you know, very appreciative that so many people like you are coming together and helping make this happen. I wish it, you know, I wish I could do something like this all by myself financially and everything. It's just, I couldn't possibly do that. It's a lot. And to be able to, you know, come up with this idea and throw it out there, and this whole community come together and make this possible is super awesome. There's so many people out there, and so many of you guys have asked to you know, not be, you know, your name thrown out there and everything. You don't want recognition and stuff, and I deeply appreciate y'all for everything you're doing. Critter Creek for all the stuff that he's talking about bringing out, and all the work that he's done so far with the blueprints and everything. The blueprints are very key in making it to where we have a cut list, to where we can just basically have a cut list that we give to the people who's running the chop saw, cutting things to length, and being able to get this building built pretty quickly. Now, there's no real accommodations for anybody out there. I will be bringing a 5-gallon bucket with the toilet seat lid right here, and the trash bag in there. So yeah, bring some TP, toilet paper, and we'll have a 5-gallon bucket. I have a little pop-up tent that I'll pop up out there. It's a little privacy tent that we can kind of, you know, put off, separated from people and everything. So when you need to use the bathroom, we'll have something like that out there. Like it's not pleasant, guys. It's like camping, all right? I'll be 100% honest with you. It's not pleasant. You open the lid up and it's going to stink. But it is what it is. That's the kind of accommodations we're going to have. We're hoping that the weather is warm, because you probably want to bring a tent, or you're going to have to sleep in your vehicle, because there's just not like sleeping accommodations or anything for anybody out there. This is off-grid stuff, okay? My neighbor's home, the dog's barking at him. But yeah, I'll bring that in the little pop-up tent, so we kind of have a porta-john type thing. Otherwise, I mean, if you're a guy or whatever, you could probably walk off in the woods behind a tree. Just the main thing is try to stay off camera, because there's probably going to be cameras everywhere out there, so you probably don't want to go whiz behind a tree. You might be on camera. People will need a place to wash their hands too. I do have a 5-gallon little water thing that I could probably put on like the trailer or on a table or something. I'll probably take this table. We'll probably need a few tables, because I think some people like Jan and stuff may be doing some cooking or something. We may need like a cookout grill or something to cook on. I don't know who would be bringing that, but that would be super awesome to have. Let's see. Yeah, Roberta said also we need meals to be made there or be brought in. Yeah. So yeah, if somebody could bring burgers or, you know, something like that. I can't eat spaghetti. Anything with tomato stuff in it, I can't eat, but, you know, I don't expect anyone to like cater to me or anything. But, you know, if it's like hot dogs and hamburgers, I'm totally good with that. Oh, man. Good old coffee. Crazy Ed said, "You're still on here? I'm on lunch now." Yeah, I'm still on here. Been on here 2 hours. We're talking about trying to plan this stuff out. Things that we need and everything to come out there. That's, I guess, part of this discussion I wanted to have today. So much to talk about. Let's see. Crazy Ed said, "Hey, George, that will be awesome." Yes, definitely. Yeah. Cinder blocks are definitely going to be a must. Where he's building this, the ground tends to stay a little moist, and that's one reason I'm really like shying away from doing any post in the ground, because they will rot out. Right there by the well, there's some cedar logs in the ground right there, and they have, you know, they're decaying at the ground level. So even if it's treated wood, if you put it in the ground right there, over time it's going to rot out. And that's why I'm pushing for having cinder blocks, building this building, you know, up on cinder blocks off the ground. Even the treated telephone poles that I milled up for the main, you know, beams that are going on top of these cinder blocks, you know, even if those things were sitting on the ground, they would rot out. Let's see. Crazy as Roberta, I got a safety kit at home. Yeah, first aid kit would probably be a good thing. Hopefully there's no one that's like accident prone. Ed. Just saying, Ed, don't get hurt, all right? Don't nail your finger to the board, Ed. We don't need that. Not saying you're accident prone, Ed. I've noticed a few things about you, and you are a little bit distracted sometimes, so nobody cut your finger off, nobody nail your finger to the board or anything like that. We need to be safe. We don't need to be administering, you know, first aid, that sort of thing. But yeah, we definitely would definitely need a first aid kit out there if something crazy was to happen. You know, on any construction site, something like that could happen. Someone could hold a board wrong and get a nail in their finger or something. So definitely we want to be very careful. But yeah, I got a first aid kit I can bring that's pretty old, and yeah, it may not have everything I need in there. we don't want to like really depend on just one person's first aid kit. So pack something like that in your vehicle. It's always a good thing to have in your vehicle anyway when you're traveling. Yeah, need a comprehensive first aid kit. I do carry a tourniquet in my pickup. Hopefully I never need that, but you know, since I run a chainsaw a lot, that's one thing I have in my pickup, is an old military tourniquet. But yeah, hopefully nothing crazy happens. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, and everything goes off without a hitch. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. Anybody else? Can you think of anything else before I get off of here? Oh man. Yeah, I need to hear from Critter Creek on like a list of things we need, so I can kind of mark off things that I've milled up here, which is basically the siding and some of the 2x6s. George said, always think safety, guys. And Crazy Ed said, I just came out to lunch and now you're going to get off here? You better be eating, man. I can stay on here a little bit longer. But I'm definitely going to have to get out there and get some milling done for sure. I think it's warming up. Let's see. Yeah, that window's not too cold. As a matter of fact, I got to turn this heater down a little bit. Let's see. I switched the diesel heater over to regular, just plain old diesel instead of using the oil in it. I need to run that used motor oil and diesel mixture. I need to run it through some like paint strainers or something, because something in that is plugging up the fuel filter, and I keep having to take the fuel filter off and clean that out and everything. It's become a pain in the butt. So I cleaned the tank out and just started using straight diesel. And I still had an issue with it throwing an error code 9 this morning, the first time I fired it up. But ever since then, it's been running good. So I don't know. I might need to take the diesel heater apart and do a little bit of cleaning on the inside of the burn chamber or something too. It's not that big a deal. I just don't want to take it apart right now. So I definitely can't wait to get the wood burning stove in here. That would be super awesome. Can you strain it through some sand to clean it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure sand would introduce some grit and stuff into it, no matter how clean you got the sand. That might get grit into it, and that would be very bad for the piston pump that pumps that stuff. Crazy Head said, I got all the charcoal for the cookout. You get free charcoal there where you work? Put a magnet on the tank. Yeah, I mean, I could do that, but there's no metal in it. This used motor oil has set for years and years and years, and so anything in that oil has settled out to the bottom of those the 55-gallon drums out here. So there wouldn't be any metal in it. It would have finally settled out. All the water and everything, if it's not what do they call it? Like if it's not suspended, it's already, most of it's dropped out. You can let oil set undisturbed for years and the water will fall out. Usually, unless there's paraffin in it. If there's paraffin in it, the water can stay, in like molecule size and stay suspended in paraffin indefinitely. Crazy Ed said, George, I can see you. Can you actually see him? Is he right there? Yeah, I hope George is able to make it out. That'd be super awesome. You said he's a truck driver, right, Ed? So I don't know if he'll be able to make it in or not. I wouldn't want to bring a semi-truck in there. Parking could end up being an issue with having a whole bunch of people out there, because there's like mud holes like all over the place. But yeah, 6 or 7 vehicles may not be too big of an issue. If we get very many more than that, it could start to become an issue. All right. How much longer is your lunch break, Ed? Man, 22 people still in here, 64 thumbs up. Man. And the chat has slowed down. Talk to me, Ed. You better be eating too. You don't need to go through your whole lunch break without eating or something. That's crazy. I'm actually at the bottom of the chat. Betty England said, convoy. Yeah. This is amazing that we can put something like this together and be able to, build an entire cabin. Super awesome. Super, super awesome. I can't wait to be able to go out there to Possum Run Homestead. It could be a little bit. We've got to get funding together to be able to take the mill out there. It's not going to be something that happens real quick or anything, because honestly, I need the bus to be, finished up, because to mill all of the lumber to build a cabin is going to take probably a week at least. And that is like just getting after it. Like if there was 2 people there, a week solid running the sawmill. And I know Mama V, she can't be out there at the mill like hoofing it, there's just no way she could, keep up on something like that. So I'm gonna need somebody there to help pull lumber off of the mill if we can get someone out there to help. If I'm having to do it all myself, it's just going to slow down the operation. But I really need to get the bus legal to where I can drive it and everything, and be able to take that down there, so I have a place to stay while I'm there and everything. I don't know exactly where I'll park it, but we'll come to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Crazy Ed said, Dave, I ate a sandwich. You mean you inhaled it? He inhaled his sandwich. Let's see, has she sent you photos of her property and driveway? I imagine you would have a hard time getting your mill out there. Yeah, I imagine I would too. I've seen her property and videos and stuff. I would not probably be able to take the mill with the bus. I would probably need to take the bus down there and then get a ride back up here and get my pickup, and then take the sawmill down there, and somebody else pull the log arch trailer down there, unless if we can get, like, say, Paul the Bearded Carpenter or somebody to bring a tractor over. If there's someone in that area that can bring a tractor over to help get the logs put on the mill, then I probably won't need the log arch trailer. But I will have to use probably my pickup to take the sawmill down there. The thing is, I don't want to be living in my pickup, especially anytime soon, where it's going to be cold, because I don't need to be trying to run my pickup all night long to stay warm. Or I really don't even want to have my generator sitting outside running all night long with a little electric heater inside. Mama V has her bus to stay in right now, so it's not like a dire need to get her cabin built right now. So I think we can try to plan this out over a period of time, and at some point, hopefully this summer, be able to get the mill down there, get things set up, and get this done. I don't want to rush things, because I want it to be done right and everything. I would like to get stuff milled and get the lumber stacked and let it have a little bit of time to dry, because when you cut pine down and you start building with that right away, if you close that building in, if you put windows in right away and you don't have that air circulation, you're going to, within 3 days, you're going to have mold and mildew in there, and it's not good at all. So if we could plan it out to where I can get down there, get some lumber milled, get it stacked properly, get it stickered up and everything to where it will stay straight. That's another thing is like I got to get down there and cut trees down and get those bucked up into the lengths or cut up. They call that bucking them up. So you get the logs bucked to the length that they need to be. So let's say, I believe it's a 20 by 20 that she's wanting to build. So I would like to have some of those bigger diameter logs cut at like say 22 feet, because I can mill up to 27 foot long on my mill. So like for the main boards, the length of the building on the floor or whatever, I don't know what they call those, around the perimeter of the building, I would like to mill those a little bit longer than what they need to be. So we can just have the beams for that full length and not have to be piecing things together. We got to find a good flat area to stack this stuff, get it stickered up so it can dry a little bit. And so we can kind of, do it more right. We're building with oak on Ed's place. So, things are a little different with that. The oak is a little bit stiffer and stuff like that. And oak doesn't have a whole bunch of moisture in it, and it doesn't tend to mildew near as easily as pine. Pine is like, if you put two boards of pine together like that, fresh milled, and you leave it sit for 3 days, you come back over there, you pop those two apart, and you're going to have mildew stains all over in between those two pieces of wood because they've got to have air circulation around them. I don't like building with green pine. It's just a nightmare with the mold and mildew. So we need to try and let it dry for a little bit. I know she wants this built as soon as possible, but we also need to kind of, think about this and be like, well, we can throw it together and build it up, and dry it in, but you can't put windows in it. And you're going to have to put a fan in there to circulate air to try and keep it from getting mold and mildew. If you do board and batten with the pine, you cannot be putting any like say Tyvek in between there, because that will restrict, it'll make it to where it'll mold and mildew. It pretty much would have to be strictly a wooden structure, and you just couldn't put any Tyvek up. You can build the structure, that wouldn't be an issue, but you can't put windows in, you don't want to put a door in, you want it open like a barn so it can dry, and leave it like that, say for a couple months while, let's say she's, maybe building her cabinets and stuff like that in there. Then you could go in and you could probably put Tyvek on the inside. I don't know why you would do that. Honestly, if it was me, I would just put insulation in. That shouldn't be too big of a deal, especially with board and batten siding. I don't know, you could, if you put it on with screws, you could take it back off and you could put Tyvek on next year or something like that. So let's see, Roberta says she doesn't have electric, so she wouldn't be able to run a fan 24/7 unless she has a Jenny. Yeah, if she was to run a fan, she would need to do it on a solar setup or something. If you leave the windows out and leave it open, you might get away with not having a fan in it, except for on those hot summer days when the wind just ain't moving. It would probably be a good idea to put a fan in there, just a little box fan that's hooked up to a solar panel or something like that. It would probably have to be a 12-volt fan, because a 110-volt fan running through a inverter, just that wouldn't make any sense to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that would be an issue. Crazy Ed said, David, is JB coming to your house this weekend? I don't know, Ed. I haven't planned that out just yet. I don't know what days this weekend is, but I need to get some milling done. Once I get another load of lumber done and I go through the two stacks out here, the two original stacks, and I go through those and I get those milled up and I get a count of what I've got there, so I can figure out how many more I need. I got to get two full loads of lumber ready to go, and that's when I'll be talking with JB about her coming out. I got to let her know like a day ahead of time, so she can come down here and get loaded up, and then the next day we'll be headed out to your place. I don't know if that's going to be this weekend. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm shooting for, but I can't say for sure that that's going to happen. That's what we're aiming for, and hopefully the weather is going to cooperate with us and everything. I know the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, as far as weather, we've got a 30, 40, 50% chance of snow showers and stuff like that at that time. If it's going to be doing that kind of stuff, and I don't know what the 21st, 22nd, 23rd is. I believe that's in the middle of the week. I don't know. I don't have a calendar right here in front of me, so it's hard to say. That's weird. The chat just jumped on me, but I don't see another comment. Roberta said, "Bye, Neil. Have a blessed day at Treasure Hunter." Yeah, still just showing Roberta's comment about she don't have electric. I think she may have the generator. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to wait for her video to come out, but I think she may have one now. But yeah, you don't want to run a generator to to power a fan, in your cabin or something when you're not even able to stay in it yet. It wouldn't make any sense. But if she could get it set up on solar, I could maybe see that. She doesn't have a whole lot of solar power in her bus. She's made do with it. I want to say she said she's got 200 amp hour or 200 watts, something like that. And on this bus right here, for my power needs, I'm shooting for at least 1200 watt solar system, and I'll just have to build up the battery bank. I'm definitely going to be leaning on Adam on that right there, as far as like what I'm going to need for amp hours and all that stuff with the batteries, because eventually I'd like to have a mini split in here, so at least on those really hot summer nights I can kick that thing on a little bit and cool off a little bit, or even during the daytime if I get overheated out there. I'm pretty sure I've had a heat stroke once before, and so air conditioning is kind of it's kind of important. But I'm gonna try to definitely have water around to where if I'm out there cutting wood in the summertime or something overheating, that I can just spray water over my head and try to cool off that way. That's something I had to do when I was out there by Adam's place with Roost and Rescue. I had that big 210 gallon tote in the bed of my pickup with the 12 volt water pump to where I could just hose myself down. I had to do that a few times because I was getting overheated. But yeah, I'd like to have a mini split in the bus and not have to run the generator. So I'm trying to design my solar system around that. It's going to be a little bit expensive, mostly for the batteries and stuff. But let's see. Yes, the bus will be like an oven, and you will have to make sure to have a way to bring your core temp down. Yeah, definitely. I know Adam struggled with that big time out there. His first year or two out there off grid. He's kind of lucky to have made it through that. It was pretty rough, and definitely a generator is going to be a huge deal. So I'm hoping to probably be able to trade Ed's neighbor for a generator. He has an extra one, I guess. And he came over and talked to me for a while the other day when I was there, and he let me know a few things that he would like to trade it for. And so I think I've got some stuff here that I don't absolutely need that I could trade for that, and it'd be a really good deal for him. We'll just put it that way. Basically, it'd be a really good deal for him. He wouldn't have to buy any pew stuff for a while, I guess. Let's see. Motocross chick, I think you said your name was Tracy. March 4th, Branson weather forecast, 43 degrees. Heck yeah, that's perfect temperature. It's maybe a little chilly, but that is like, throw a hoodie on and maybe some thermals, and you can actually work in that. I prefer 60-degree weather for working and building and stuff like that because, you know, it's nice and warm. You don't have to have a hoodie on, and you can get out there and work. And as long as the wind isn't really breezy, it's very comfortable. And 60-degree weather would be super awesome. But 43, hey, I can do that as long as it's not below, like if it's down to 35 or less, that's a bit uncomfortable. And I don't like having to put a coat on when I'm working because you got all that restriction. And if you got to put coveralls on, you got the restriction of that, and it just wears you out that much more. Let's see. Roberta said, yes, once you get working hard, you will warm up. Yeah, I mean, 43 degrees, if you get to moving around, you don't sit around, chit-chatting, you can stay pretty warm. Yeah, I'm hoping we can accommodate everybody and make it as comfortable as possible. Um, if anybody else out there has like those little like shower tents, that's just a little pop-up thing we can stake up out there in a 5-gallon bucket with the toilet seat thing on it, that'd be great. So we can kind of have 2 of them. I'm going to be bringing one. Matter of fact, I need to go buy a 5-gallon bucket for that, because I bought one and I cut it up for the composting toilet. So I'm gonna have to get just a regular bucket, and then all we need is just a trash bag and some TP, that sort of stuff. So hopefully everyone will think about what you might need. Make sure you got if you got medications you got to bring or something, make sure you got that. It's probably going to be like a sleep in your vehicle type deal overnight. I'm going to be doing that, I guess, for 3 nights or so. I've done it before. I just don't like doing it. I kind of wish I had a tent. I do have a sleeping bag. I do have a cot that I could bring out there. I just need to get a tent. I gave my tent to Ed, but that tent leaks and stuff. It's not great. So I may have to, hopefully I could maybe spend a little bit of money on getting a tent so I don't have to sleep in my pickup. You might bring like an electric heater if you're going to be sleeping in a tent or something like that. And I mean, my little generator will run about 12 hours on about a gallon of gas. So some gas jugs would be cool, to keep the generators topped off, and we'll run power cords or whatever we need to do so we can maybe put some electric heaters and tents and stuff like that. I will likely, if it's 43 degrees, I might be running a electric heater if I bring a tent or something like that in my cot. Sleeping bags and stuff like that would be very, very helpful. Yeah. Are we able to sleep in tents if we have them? Yes. I think Ed over there, that little area where we were thinking about putting your cabin behind that other walnut tree, like kind of back in your property, I'm thinking that area back in there is kind of where we might be able to set up some tents. It's somewhat level. I think that would work. It's not too off level. It's just a gentle slope in that area. So, we might need some garden hose and rakes to level out some spots. If you end up setting up a tent out there towards the driveway or something like that, you may need a rake or something to level out a spot or something like that. Let's see. Well, if Jake brings out my tarp, I can make an area to put heat in to keep us all warm. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to have to spend a whole bunch of time on like setting up camp and everything. Like everyone pretty much just gonna have to be responsible for setting up their own tent and that sort of stuff. Hopefully if you can get out there early on the 6th or even come out on the 5th, and kind of get things set up on the 5th. So, the 6th, like everything is, your tents and stuff are all set up, that kind of thing. I definitely advise, like, if you can, have like a cot inside your tent so you're up off the ground. Otherwise, you're probably going to be wore out the next day. I know exactly what that's like. Motocross chick said it's 17 degrees here. 43 sounds wonderful. Yeah, definitely. Um, I, I imagine it's probably pretty close to 40 degrees right now outside. I'm about ready to turn this diesel heater off because it's warm in here. Crazy Ed said, later, Dave. I got to go back to work. All right, we'll see you, Ed. I'm going to be getting off here. I've been on here almost 2.5 hours. I'll call you when I get out. Okay. But yeah, everyone's going to kind of have to be responsible for their own, like a tent, stuff like that. If I got to, I'll just probably sleep in my pickup across the seat. I don't like doing that because I'm a little bit too tall for that, and I get a little scrunched up in there. If my steering wheel if it was a tilt steering wheel where I could get it out of my way, it'd be a lot better. But it's just, I have had to sleep in there a few times on occasion. That's one reason I want to get like a crew cab pickup one day. A 4-wheel drive crew cab pickup would be super nice, because then I could probably set it up in there where I can fold the passenger seat down or something and actually maybe have kind of an L shape in there. If I was, just dragging the sawmill somewhere or something. I don't know if I can plan out taking the mill down to Possum Run Homestead a little bit later when it's warmer weather. I might be able to not take the bus and just take my pickup truck and the sawmill. So if all I'm taking is the pickup truck and the sawmill and a tent and all that kind of stuff, if it's warmer weather where I can stay in a tent, I won't necessarily need to take the bus. So that's kind of what I'm thinking on that. Is probably it's going to have to be a little bit later where there's warmer weather, and then I can just take the sawmill, and at the same time if I'm just taking the sawmill and not the log arch trailer, I'm going to need someone to bring a tractor over there, which we kind of discussed that. There's 2 people who may be able to bring a tractor over, but we'll just have to plan that out when it comes closer to time. But anyways, I've been here 2 hours and 31 minutes. Still got 21 people in here. 65 thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We'll see you on the next one. I will not be going live tonight. That's why I done a live this morning, to kind of talk about some of this stuff. And I hit 3,000 subscribers. That is crazy, amazing. Thank you guys so much for everything you do for this community. Yeah, so let's see here. Roberta said, have a blessed day, David and friends. Yep, see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Click the button here. See ya.